I can't quite contain or explain my evil ways.
What is up, everybody? Enderheart here, back with another Flowey is Not a Good Life Coach reading. And we're doing chapter 2 today, because you guys apparently liked the first one, so why not do it again? So, be reading chapter 2. That fight scene was crazy sexy cool, huh? I make the chapter names the video titles, so what is up with these chapter names? This is weird. Alright. Let's do this one. Haven't read in a while, so... Alright. Good boy, Flowey crooned. You did much better than I expected. Several of his leaves were bruised and wilting, and a deep gash in his main stem oozed sap. Yes, Papyrus had managed to get a few good hits in. He'd worked with his favorite toy to exhaustion, sending the skeleton to the ground over and over until hours after they started, Papyrus simply couldn't get up again. That didn't mean that he'd stopped fighting. Even now, Flowey had to restrain him, the vines wrapped around his limbs to hold him snug against the ground. While Papyrus bucked and struggled in his grip, Flowey admired the aftermath of their match. Great chunks of permafrost and ice littered the hilltop, churned up and scattered where Papyrus's attacks had ripped furrows in the frozen earth. Had been enjoyable to see, well worth the injuries. Papyrus had even tricked him into a few blue attacks. He had caught the flash of excitement and pride that had chased along the skeleton's features each time an attack got through. I'm still sensing some hesitation, Flowey said, bearing down a little harder to stop Papyrus's desperate thrashing. But I think you've made some real progress, don't you, friend? He said, while Papyrus failed to get the hint. We're done for tonight, so you can stop fighting me now. Flowey has a British accent. That, along with a final warning squeeze, got the message across. Papyrus stilled. There we go! Flowey drooped his face down closer to his friend. See, as long as you keep pleasing me like this, you'll be perfectly safe, Papyrus. He took in the cracks and scrapes covering Papyrus's frame. Boy, you got a little banged up, huh? Let me take care of that for you. Papyrus tried and failed to wriggle away from the vine extending towards him. Flowey didn't use healing magic often, but was more than up to the task of mending the relatively minor wounds he caused. Boop! Flowey touched the vine lightly to the tip of Papyrus's nasal bone. In seconds, the scrapes vanished and all the cracks filled. All better! Papyrus was unfailingly polite, so when he didn't say thank you, Flowey chalked it up to fatigue. That had been quite the workout, even for a monster in such good condition. Now, he said, I know you train with Undyne, and you practice 3 hours a day like a good boy. I'd like us to keep having this special practice a few times a week, just to give you the edge you need. Sound good? Papyrus nodded weakly. He turned his head away, hiding his face against his shoulder. Flowey craned up his stem to bring his own face back into Papyrus's view. You want to be in the Royal Guard now, don't you? Gently he tipped Papyrus's chin up with the vine, forcing him to meet Flowey's stare. Papyrus stiffened, but didn't fight against Flowey's grip. He was learning fast. Of course you do. Flowey smiled and pulled back, loosening his vines. As soon as he was free, Papyrus scrambled to his feet. He didn't bolt. That was pleasing. It was a sign that there was something here for Flowey to work with. Papyrus watched, wary, alert, as Flowey looped a coil of vines around his shoulders. He flinched when Flowey leaned against him, but he didn't fight or run away. He was being quiet, too. That might have been his most impressive accomplishment of the night. This was encouraging. I don't want you to be afraid of me, Papyrus. Now that Flowey had let his face close back up, Papyrus didn't seem quite as averse to looking at him. There was a suspicion and fear in the skeleton's face that he'd never seen before, but it was a good thing. That was exactly what he wanted, to make the naive doofus wake up to reality. Seeing you succeed and get what you want would make me happy, because I'm your friend. Isn't that right? Yes. From here on out, just remember that I'm doing all this because you're my cool and great friend, okay? Yes. Can't do Papyrus. And you're going to be even cooler and greater with my help. Yes. Flowey giggled. Papyrus, you're just agreeing with me, so I'll let you go. Papyrus cringed and sputtered a few seconds to spit out a lie. His gaze darted around, trying to find the answer Flowey wanted. Yes? Ha! So you're honest. I've always liked that about you. It's okay, friend, Flowey said, giving Papyrus a playful nudge. I know this is a lot to get your head around, but you're not used to thinking big thoughts. Why don't you go home and rest, huh? You earned it, champ. With that, Flowey let him go. Sinking back into the ground was the work of a moment, and he was right back to being a cute little flower. Papyrus stared at him for a moment, fish clenching and unclenching, seeming afraid to turn around. That, Flowey thought, was very reasonable. Finally, Papyrus turned to go, stumbling shakily. After a few paces, Flowey called him. Hey, Papyrus! The skeleton stopped, looking back over his shoulder. Remember that you're keeping my secret, Flowey winked. If you blab, I'll have to tear you up into itty-bitty pieces. And I'll do the same thing to anyone you tell. Got it? After a long hesitation, Papyrus nodded. I got it. Good. Well, nighty-night, Flowey said, and pulled himself fully underground. It had been a productive night. He had a good feeling about this run. It was going to be fun. Well, that was a short chapter. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to do more. Definitely, this is a really good, at least what is described at the top, a really good fan fiction, so I cannot wait to read more of this. It's crazy. I would freaking love it. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a like. And I've been thinking, would you guys want to do a special Pokemon playthrough series or something like that? I know that'd be pretty fun, and we could stream or record it, I guess. Whatever you guys want. And remember to comment down below suggestions. Fan fictions can be emailed to me at pinesfamilycomics@gmail.com. More information in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll... what's my outro? See you all on the flip side. Bye-bye!